Hello, everyone, and greetings from my living room. I hope you are all doing well this Wednesday afternoon. And I am just here to share some pastoral care updates with you all, some announcements, and just some food for thought for the middle of your week. First, I'd like to update you all on some of our pastoral care goings on in the midst of all of this craziness. As a community, we are still connected to one another and still holding each other in prayer and taking care of one another. And as we continue to do that, I wanted to share these things with you all. First, we want to extend our love and our sympathy and our support to a couple of families who have lost loved ones last week. Betty Lindler passed away on April 4th, so we are sending prayers and love to her family and friends. Serena LaRoche lost her brother, Christopher, last week as well, so please keep all of her family in your prayers. And we are also very saddened at the passing of Luke Fant on April 11th. So extending love and support to all of the Fants and their close friends that will be grieving in these days and weeks to come. Also, a few other updates. We have good news. Betty Bowman has been released from the hospital, and so that is a joy. We continue to keep Dewey in our prayers as he remains at the hospital, as well as their entire family during this time. We also want to lift up Betsy Deschamps as she has been ill, so prayers for her healing and wellness. A few announcements about life around Shandon. Ministry, like I said, continues in many different ways. We do have the opportunity to continue to share our One Great Hour of Sharing offering. As you all may recall, that's an offering through the Presbyterian Church that we do every year, and it starts at the beginning of Lent, and then we turn in our offerings on Easter. And it's a big way that our church as a whole across the country supports disaster relief. And so you all are still able to give to that. If you have been collecting money in your fish boxes, I know our children and youth took home some of the fish boxes to fill up. Or if you would like to drop off an offering for that, it will be open and we'll be collecting that through the end of this month. And so you've got some more time to do that. Just please give the church a call to make sure that a staff member is there to pick up your offering if you drop it off, so that they'll know it's there. But that is still available for you all to do. Also, in the life of our church, we have officer training going on for our new elders and deacons. They have been meeting weekly on Sunday evenings to learn more about one another and to learn more about the ministry and the polity of the church. And so that has been ongoing, and we are grateful for their faithful work and the leadership and the gifts that they will share with us. We have also been continuing children's choir. Our children's choir director, Sally Tackett, has been leading us in virtual children's choir on Wednesday evenings, and so we are very grateful for her gifts. And our confirmation class is also continuing to meet. Our confirmands are working on their statements of faith. As they go forward, we are hoping that they will be able to meet with the session next month to talk about their statements of faith and their journey that they have been on this year. And I just have so much appreciation for our teachers and our mentors that have continued to walk through this process with our confirmands, even though we cannot meet in person. We're continuing to check on each other and to help enliven and enrich one another's faith. So those are some of the things that are continuing to go on virtually and through the gifts of the internet and technology. But our ministries are continuing, and I hope that you all are connected and being able to be engaged. And if you have questions about any of those things that are ongoing, please don't hesitate to call the church office or to call one of us directly, and we would be happy to get that information to you. I think this week, for a food for thought, I wanted to give you all permission to know that wherever you are is wherever you need to be. In thinking about the Easter story, in the days that followed, if you look at any of the Gospels, there are disciples and followers of Christ who are doing many different things. Some disciples are falling at Jesus' feet and worshiping. Some are doubtful and have questions. Some are still a bit fearful. Some are just confused and don't know what's going on. And I think that that speaks truth to our lives right now. Easter was different this year and impactful in our lives in a different way. And in the days that follow, I think some of us might find ourselves rejoicing and uplifted and full of energy, and that's phenomenal. And that's a wonderful thing to celebrate. And some of us might still feel ourselves grieving or struggling to get by, or frustrated, or still afraid. And I think that our text in all the Gospels, like I said, continue to point to the fact that everyone had different reactions to the resurrection. Everyone had different emotions that followed, and they're allowed that. And I think we are too. We are allowed to be where we are and to feel how we feel. So if you find yourself the middle of this week tired and exhausted, and you can't sit through one more Zoom meeting or look at one more online lesson plan, that's okay. If you find yourself so pumped up and you have never been more productive in your life and you're getting things done around the house, that's great too. If you find yourself lonely, or if you find yourself so surrounded by all of your family in one house that you might lose your mind, it's okay to acknowledge that. We are all in different places, and we are all feeling different things right now. And that connects us to a God who understands those feelings and understands the things that we're going through, and who is present with us. And so as we reflect this week and go on in the weeks to come as Easter people, I guess my food for thought for this week is for you to know that wherever you are, mentally, emotionally, physically, wherever you are, is okay to be there. And there's no need to feel the pressure to be anywhere else. And know that where you are not alone. God is with you. Your community of faith is with you. And so I hope that this finds all of you well, and I hope to see you all again soon. And until then, peace be with you. Have a good evening.